effect on people's overall health and wellness. Here in this nice little, what we call closed loop network, Canaway, I can tell my story, how CBD basically changed my life, and I'm thrilled to be able to tell this in public. I really not offered that type of privilege, but going back about 5 years, I developed, unfortunately, Lyme disease, and I was just playing golf in a wooded course in North Carolina, got a deer tick bite, and gosh, in a week I had just the worst pain. Of course, I used to be a PhD physiotherapist specializing in pain management, and unfortunately had this terrible deer tick situation that really came on very quickly. And then over the next 6 months, every day it seemed I had more and more of this muscle spasm, and it got to the point where, my gosh, I could just barely dress myself in the morning, and I thought that as this had wore on for almost a 2-year period, that basically I was going to be confined to assisted living and probably a nursing home, and that was going to be the rest of my life. It was very depressing. Certainly, the ability to do normal things, just getting up and getting dressed in the morning was a monumental task. Trying to walk across a room was very difficult. It might take me 20 minutes. Doing normal things we don't even think about, picking things up off the floor. Well, I had terrible dizziness and vertigo. My sleep was terrible because I had this muscle twitch, or what might be called restless leg syndrome, all night. And it wasn't until I got my first CBD product, and it was just interesting or fortunate, whatever, that I was in this particular industry. I was one of the first to get a 25 milligram capsule of CBD. And for the first time in 2 years that evening, I slept the full night through without one episode of this muscle twitch and spasm. Thus, from that, I was absolutely amazed at how powerful this product was on the body's central nervous system, and how over time I started to regain more function. My muscles came out of this spasmodic state. I was able to do more. That was some acupuncture and physical therapy. Within a year and a half, I'd regained probably 85 or 90% of the ability to function in society. It was absolutely incredible, kind of watching yourself go downhill so quickly. It was like when I got this Lyme's, I mean, it was like within 6 months I'd aged 75 years. It was just the wildest thing I ever had experienced in my life. And then to be able to reverse that and come back and be able to handle the stresses and pressure of a CEO type job, where I'm traveling the world, playing 18 holes of golf, walking 18 holes, is just something that's a true blessing for me. And perhaps the story of my recovery just means there was something I had to do later in life. And certainly I'm a tremendous advocate for this, and certainly know that people in Canaway, where these anecdotal stories are so important, this multi-level marketing, kind of the belly-to-belly exchange of various stories, and certainly as we move forward with some of our clinical research, we look forward to being able to prove this out and actually be able to make certain claims at some point. But nonetheless, these anecdotal stories are fueling this whole amazing CBD revolution. Certainly when you see a young child who has failed, unfortunately, all kind of pharmaceutical intervention and has these terrible epileptic seizures, and all of a sudden you put a little drop of hemp oil under their tongue and that seizure stops right in the middle of this seizure activity, there's something very powerful going on, and we're certainly thrilled to be part of this movement.